VCR Redux will begin in T-minus 5 minutes.
What the fart is VCR Redux?
It's the show where we take movies from the VCR era and bring them back to today.
How do we do that?
Well, we start by talking about a VHS classic, and usually you'll say something like,
I haven't been this uncomfortable since I watched Meatballs 4, Meatballs to the Rescue with my parents. Oh yeah, or you'll say something stupid like,
I wish we lived in a world where the Garbage Pail Kids made as many movies as the Muppets.
but I know you'll always see it through with a positive attitude.
I hate this movie, I hate being here, I hate all of this. Oh, Jamie Kennedy. Oh, well, shit. Well, let's go for this.
He was in Son of Mask. This is genius.
I am not a gamer. I'd rather read books.
He's like the old lady that's like, I got video game monsters, I got toy monsters in here.
As long as we respect the passion and the artistry that went into these films.
You know, obviously they took this movie, it's 93, right? And you're like, what do you want to see in your Mario movie? And they're like, oh, we want it to be grim, we want a lot of death, we want tits and ass.
Oh, and then we start the pitch ideas with modern day sequels like
Weekend at Bernie's 3, Cocaine Mountain.
Sometimes we take it kind of seriously.
I'll watch a Paul Verhoeven alien movie.
Oh my gosh, that alien will have more vaginas than anything you've ever seen in your life. Sometimes this Hawaiian shirted fool will pitch something stupid like,
I would take out the virtual reality stuff and just have it be about Jeff Fahey mowing the lawn.
Sometimes the best pitches come from the live chat.
Alex Bonafonte also pitches Grand Theft Starfighter Vice Galaxy.
Wait, I thought I had the best pitches.
And what happens at the end of the movie? The ultimate fart. The fart that the warmth goes like all the way down to your socks.
The only rules are, there are no rules. Sometimes we cross over franchises.
Only the truck from Tango and Cash can kill Christine.
And sometimes we travel back in time.
Like 1995 is missing a good Universal Soldier sequel.
But you never know what we're gonna pitch next.
What do you want? Do you want Daniel Stern behind like a muzzled mask? Like,
We all know it should be Pesci behind the mask, and like underneath the mask, you should hear him going like fritter, 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 fritter.
You are so proud of yourself for that one. I can't stand you.
I would also love to see a Charles Bronson version of It's a Wonderful Life.
What?
Direct to DVD.
If you made a shot-for-shot remake of Scarface with Goofy as Al Pacino, it would be amazing.
Oh my God.
Dorsey, you need me to be the bad guy.
It's like the worst 1987 Disney movie Disney's ever made. Schlongo, directed by Jim Wynorski.
Like, I would watch a whole bowl of that.
Do the John Holmes story. Add a comedy spin to it.
Wow, the Wonderland murders are so funny.
I'd watch it on my mobile.
Something happens and he goes into a coma. He gets like, hit by a car or something. I know this is dark, but like, bear with me. He's got to go on an
Did you just go like Hard to Kill with Ferris Bueller?
I'd watch it on my iPad.
If you want to just like throw in the kitchen sink, I mean, it all works. Like Alien versus Predator versus RoboCop, like if that works. Alien versus Predator versus Terminator, that works.
Alien versus Predator versus Ernest, that works.
That works.
I respect everything you just said. I need David Silver and Terry Silver and the Sloan family all learning the Quicksilver, but they're doing it in Breakin' 3 Hydraulic Boogaloo. And it's underwater. It's gonna be incredible. Eat your fucking shit out, James Cameron. I got the underwater movie you can't touch.
That was the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life.
Mr. Toxie Goes to Washington.
My ass would be in the theater tomorrow.
If Harley Quinn gets 7 movies, then Tank Girl should get at least 70.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
I mean, why should we even bother with Look Who's Talking when Air Bud is soaring to new highs?
All I know is I want Danny McBride.
I'd want him doing anything other than writing Halloween movies, honestly. Anything that keeps him away from that fucking job, I'm for it.
Just let him talk out of his butt. I don't care how he does it.
I'd rather not.
Austin Powers doing the Macarena.
That would be the opening credits. Come on.
But we have not yet had Die Hard on a half pipe. What if John McClane Jr. was a pro skateboarder and also an avid machine gun enthusiast? Skater Die Hard.
What up, virtual people? Welcome to the 217th episode of VCR Redux. We take your favorite franchises out of the analog era and bring them back to 2025. I'm your host, pop culture punk Chris Stiles, joined as always by my co-host with the most complaints, film professor Ian Klick.
How you doing, everybody?
And we have two radical guests on the show tonight. First up, he's still fabulous, and so are we. Bobby Master is back on the show.
What's up?
And rounding out this righteous crew, one of the newest members of the Fandom Spotlite's writers' room, Martin Maruri, is back on the show.
Hey, everybody.
Thank you so much for coming back on, guys. You were both away for too long. Never again. We missed you. Glad to have you back. We are here today to launch Sally Field off of a catapult, to give Don Amici a post-cocoon lifeline, and to give Michael J. Fox a chance. That's right, folks. This world needs Homeward Bound 3, and we're here to give it to you. But before Ian can say gas station hot dogs taste better in the dirt, we got a dish on how Homeward Bound came into our lives and what we love about it. And of course, that goes for you and everyone watching the live chat. Was it love at first Laserdisc, Vital VHS? Hit us up in the chat and let us know how Homeward Bound came into your lives. But Martin, when did you first get Homeward Bounded?
I had this movie on VHS and watched it when I was younger, but I don't think I gave it much of a chance, honestly. I didn't mean, pun, but no, I thought this and Babe, for some reason, I thought were boring. As like I wanted things that were more
hard to agree on Babe, yeah.
I wanted things that were more, I guess, more goofy. Like I wanted something more like an Air Bud or like a Dunstan Checks In or something like that.
Oh, I thought you were about to say like I wanted something with more edge or more teeth.
No. So I guess I really watched this for the first time, like maybe like 17, 18 years old or something, like all the way through.
Oh wow!
And
that is a different.
I guess being older
lens.
and then rewatching it again now, I feel like I appreciate more. Like I like that it's you hear what the animals say or whatever they're talking, but I don't know. I like that there's story. It's not just all hijinks, and I don't know. I appreciate it way more now, Babe as well, than I guess I ever did as a kid, where I was just like, they're in nature and the beginning's just taking too long, do something. And so I didn't grow up loving it, but I really enjoy it now.
I could see that. I could see this movie definitely aging like a fine wine. Like, I'd say as a kid, like I thought it was good, but now as an adult, I think it's like a fucking masterpiece. It's like it's like a classic. But that's, sometimes you look back on, your youth with rose-colored nostalgia glasses. But we'll get into all that. What about Bobby? When did you first get Homeward Bounded?
Well, I was 3 and 6 respectively when these movies came out, so I was like the target demographic, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
You know how when you're a kid, you just like have these movies and like you don't know where they came from, but they're just there to watch.
True.
I feel like that's what Homeward Bound was for me. It was one of those movies that like were just like in the collection of kid movies that my mom had bought, and like we did really enjoy them. But like Martin was saying, like I didn't find them boring. I didn't like Babe. That was never my shit. But I did love Christine Cavanaugh, R.I.P., who did the voice of Babe.
You all hate Babe. It's a great film.
It's just because it's fucking George Miller. Get off your high horse already.
You're entitled to your wrong opinion as always, Ian.
If Babe didn't have George Miller's name on it, you'd be like, this is a travesty against filmmaking.
James Cromwell, and it was just classy.
Blah, blah, blah.
Cromwell
okay.
is good,
anyway, back to my history of watching these movies. But where was I? Yeah, like watching them now, it's like you can see that it's made for adults and children, because like for the kids it's like, oh, all the animals are like finding their way home, but it's just like, oh, they're rescuing people from fires and like missing children in the woods crying, and I'm just like, wow, this is actually pretty damn emotional watching it now.
Oh my god, dude!
When I was watching it as a kid,
the whole thing is this is on the all-time cry list. Like there's Beaches, there's Homeward Bound, there's Field of Dreams when Moonlight Graham gives up eternity. There are just moments that make you cry, and this movie has like 45 of them. Like each of them both movies. Even like I always, we'll get into the sequel and stuff. But Ian, when did I O Ian happen upon these '90s gems? Were you like as I was like a 10-year-old, theaters, VHS?
I honestly, I don't remember I saw it in the theater. What I remember in my mind, though, is this was definitely on the TV cart that the teacher brought in elementary school.
Oh, I could
Do
see
you
that.
remember us gathering probably before break or something like that? And what year was this?
93 and 96.
So the 93, then I would have been in 94 when the VHS came out. So probably fourth grade.
Right on.
Somewhere
Yeah,
there.
it's about the same.
Would have, yeah. So but I remember us wheeling out, again, the heyday of the cart with the TV and the VCR. Like you knew it was a good day when the teacher brought that
Oh
in.
yeah, dude, it could be anything and it's better than school. Like,
Oh, it was amazing. And we all watched, sitting, I guess crisscross applesauce.
We would
On
always watch Bill Nye videos whenever we saw that thing come out. It was
man,
always a
you
Bill
guys had
Nye
it
video.
going on. I watched like the
I-
same 70s documentary from like
Ours is
kindergarten
always the
through like
old
high
stuff.
school.
The videos the teacher showed in '85 just didn't want to change the curriculum. But I remember watching Homeward Bound, and I never got a chance. I'll be honest, I never got a chance to see the sequel. I never saw Homeward Bound 2 because
Oh, you bastard.
by '96 I was watching like
Fair
Mars
stuff.
Attacks. I
Some
was
people
watching-
have rice-a-roni. My San Francisco treat is Homeward Bound 2.
I
And I will
just
die on
never-
this hill.
I
There's
just- I
no
enjoyed
wrong
it.
way to Sinbad. Even Jingle All the Way is like, well, at least it's got Sinbad,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So,
I got into it, but the first one, but and I remember my grandmother had Homeward Bound. Like she got it for us grandkids to watch, so I remember watching it a couple times at grandma's house.
it's a choice move, Grandma.
90s, Disney. It worked, man.
It was, yeah, the family time, the kid times,
Yeah.
it's interesting that Babe was brought up because I do think
It's
that this
awesome.
movie and Babe are on opposite sides of a cultural line. It might not be historical, but for me, this is like as important as like, the 38th parallel or, some,
Babe was Oscar nominated, I think.
which is
I
fucking
think it won
horseshit.
one.
I'm just
Did it
gonna say
win?
this right now. The fact that
No.
it's Babe and not Homeward Bound is fucking horseshit because Babe is on the wrong side of history. If memory serves, Babe had the CG mouths, right? That's like one of
Yes.
those first movies. Yeah. Fuck that shit every time. I don't want to see it on babies. I don't want to see it on animals. I don't need it. I need Dudley Moore in a recording booth, and you can hear the ice in his scotch
Milo and
glass
Otis.
because he's
Wait,
Milo and
here's
Otis.
the
We're gonna
thing.
talk about it all, folks.
But I
This
need to
was-
know, did they not have? Did they film it originally without the voices? Like, did
It
they?
was a
mean,
Japanese movie first.
It was what?
It was a Japanese movie before Milo and
No,
Otis.
no,
was
no. I know the
Japanese.
Milo and Otis, but I'm talking about like Homeward Bound. Did they film it with the intention of no voices?
I
And
think
then-
they shot with Eric Stoltz for 6 weeks, and then they fired him and got Michael J. Fox. And I could be wrong.
Have any of
But,
you ever seen the original from like the 1960s?
I'm sure Ian's fucking
It
masturbated
was
to
a
it
book.
constantly.
It was
It's
a book,
based
yeah.
off of a book called The Incredible Journey.
Yeah,
I
it
think
was
that's what the 60s
original,
movie's called.
The original movie's good. It's literally the same thing.
Do they talk in that as well?
You don't have Michael
No.
J. Fox.
No, they don't
Oh.
talk. They don't talk in the original. It's just pure Disney,
Oh.
1960s. We
It's
filmed
like
it.
Predator style.
Predators.
Now that's actually, I know we're way ahead of sequel pitching, but like if they're gonna survive some shit, surviving a predator would be pretty awesome. I'm just saying. And
Predator, the
there's-
Incredible Journey.
there are no limits to what their incredible journey or their excellent adventures could be. But I guess I should go to the live chat because
Oh
there
my
are no
God, though,
limit to
but
how few people
There's
tuned
a good
in tonight.
idea brewing in that. I can't lie. So
We'll have fun with
Get
it.
back
We'll
to that
unpack. There's a lot to unpack with these movies and just animal movies in general. Like I literally watched Old Yeller as well in part preparation for this because I really wanted to recapture the spirit of like way I used to feel about these movies, and I used to love all of them, Old Yeller included. That's right, Ian. I know we're friends again. But let's see who's tuning in tonight. So we have Boneyard 009. Manting 1. Again, names are changed on here, so if some of you are regular viewers and you have different names now, I'm so sorry if I'm not calling you out with your nicknames. But Angie Saunders, I see the Mashup Genius, Miyagi-Do Forever. I know that's our friend Joanne. Good Cobra Kai fan there. Monica Thyman, our favorite Swede from across the pond. Oscar Toronzo, the statue, Mikey Riffraff, the other Mashup Genius, Whiskey 41, the great Alex Bonafonte, and Caitlin all on America's Next Top Model. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Monica says, I watched this movie with my daughter, Madeline. I loved it. We both love animals. That is heartwarming. That is exactly what the makers of this film intended, and it is timeless, folks. Michael J. Fox's quips about Arnold Schwarzenegger live on forever. Oscar says, I think I watched it at school, similar to you, Ian. Watched it with the class when that teacher was hungover or something. They literally, the VCR player and TV said we rolled in and we would watch a movie for the day.
I
Yeah, I always wondered
always
if that
wonder
was...
that. I always wonder like how much of a bender your teachers were on, knowing what I know now. When I know
I'm thinking
teachers
it
who are my
was
own age.
more...
Whoa. You know certain teachers. You don't know all teachers.
I didn't say I'm not
That's-
grouping I'm not grouping everybody into a category, but I'm saying like I remember some teachers would be like, all right, I'm gonna put my head down while we watch this movie. And it all makes sense now.
It's so
I
true.
think those are the nights that like your teacher's like spouse didn't come home the night before, and they were like, they came home way too late and with a
But you
way
didn't
too shitty
care,
of an
which is the
excuse.
most
They were,
fascinating part ever. You're just like,
you know,
whatever.
we're just
I had
dissecting
my
this
own
here.
problems.
So he's by 8-year-old Bobby, like fucking shit. I gotta watch Homeward Bound again. But Manting
I
One
had
says
my
Homeward Bound
own
rules.
issues.
Manting One says Homeward Bound rules and Babe oinks. I totally agree. Right up there with Cats Rule and Dogs Drool. Boneyard Double and I probably saw this when it first came out to home video. I was 9 or 10. Loved the sequel movie. Chance would have never survived the streets, even though he thinks he can. That is so true. I can tell you are the people's champion, Boneyard '09. So yeah, let's get into it. My first time getting Homeward Bounded. I did not, I kind of have a vague memory now of seeing this in theaters, but I can't remember if I saw this and then snuck into Groundhog Day after, or if I saw Groundhog Day and snuck into this after, because they were out around the same time. This movie was released February 3rd, 1993. I begrudgingly tried to pull that up on the Numbers, which is a box office website that tells you the top movies, but I don't, for some reason that page is blank. So in a rare form, I don't have the stats of how high this movie opened, but I don't think Groundhog Day or this really made a ton of money. This obviously made enough to get a sequel, but I'm sure they both did infinitely better on video and cable than they did at the box office. The cold winters of 1993 were not forgiving, folks. But yeah, I love this. It was a VHS that also just showed up in the house. Although the sequel, I remember specifically buying that tape at a Walmart in Minocqua, Wisconsin. So shout out to the fine people who worked there. But yeah, no, I love this. And again, it's aged like so much better. Like I used to cry a little. What's that?
They retired 5 years ago.
Probably. I used to cry a little when I watched these movies. Now I cry a lot. Because like, how can you not? Like, I just cry like every fucking 2 seconds anything happens. But I will say, even as a kid, I knew that like the kids in this movie were just like too fucking cute. They were like a fucking Eddie Bauer commercial set of kids, like I just, and they're good actors too. I know they went on to have good careers and do other things. I'm sure Bobby, you've probably spotted them once or twice in other things.
Oh wait, I do have a really fun fact, but it's not for the kid actors.
Okay, is it Robert Hayes, the dad from Airplane?
No, it is. You're not gonna guess, so you're just gonna let me say it. So,
yeah,
Chance the dog has quite range because he played Pete the pup in the Little Rascals movie the following year.
That is cool. Fucking good dog acting right there, man.
He is up there with the Silence of the Lambs dog, who also has a really good resume.
While we're on the topic of dog acting, we did The Mask recently on VCR, and I was convinced that dog was in everything. Apparently that dog was only in like 2 things, and the other one was like a Yahoo Serious film. So, I mean, he's in good company. Worked with Yahoo Serious and Jim Carrey. That's about as prestigious of a comedy career as it gets. Anyway,
retire after that. That's amazing.
Right? Yeah. I mean, shit, life doesn't get much better. But getting back to Homeward Bound, yeah, these movies, like, they just turned into like ugly criers for me. Like I probably shouldn't ever watch them in front of anyone else. But like it's just how do you not? Like every 2 seconds. But I will say the kids drove me crazy, even as a kid. They drive me crazy also as an adult. That one moment where they're like, put the dogs on the phone, the dog's barking on the phone, and she's like, what'd he say? What'd he say? He's like, he said chance ain't sassy. Like, oh no, no, no. He said sassy loves it there. Like, no, I hate you kids. It's the screenwriter's fault, not the kids. I'm sorry. I love that kid on a Picket Fences episode though. And every chance I get to reference picket fences on the show, I will take. But yeah, the second one, I always go back to Lost in San Francisco thinking, oh yeah, this is like that Look Who's Talking 2 kind of sequel where they don't really have much to say, but they just get the whole gang back together and do another, little sort of a thing.
But it's
But
like
no,
it's kind of like Home Alone 2 in that sense. It's just like you lost
bit.
them again.
Yeah, it Lost in City title, like.
Yeah, they're lost like before they were lost in like their little like Canadian back doors. But in the second one, just like Home Alone 2, it's just like release them into the big city this time.
It's short of like returning villains. It is definitely the Home Alone 2 plot.
But I do
And
appreciate that they chose probably one of the safest cities to get lost in, because if you got lost in Chicago, like I don't think that works. I don't think Shadow survives Cicero Avenue. I don't think
and I think if you market the movie as Lost in Milwaukee, people are like, I think I'll pass.
I don't think Lost
Like,
in
I'm
Detroit it really was going to be the same.
Lost in Boise, Idaho.
Ooh, Lost in 8 Mile though, like that's actually got potential.
Although lost in Wellman, Iowa, you're going to be fine.
You're gonna be just fine.
You'll be just fine.
But I mean, let's be real. They stack the deck. I mean, you're at a deficit in Lost in San Francisco because you don't have Don Amici anymore, the great Don Amici, and this is one of his great. I mean, he makes you feel for Shadow. Like if you don't cry when Shadow comes back, you have no soul, and I don't. There's no seat for you at my table.
And
Like,
he's limping. God damn it.
He's so
fucking
good.
fucking great dog acting right there. I want to say the mom in this is also the mom from Houseguest. Am I wrong? Internet, if
Yes.
no one in this chat knows, it is the mom from Houseguest.
Yes, yeah.
So she had the extreme fortune of being in 2 Sinbad movies. Man, kudos.
I did not know you were such a big Sinbad fan.
Dude, we celebrate
Love
Sinbad's
Sinbad.
entire cinematic legacy on this show.
Yeah, the Cherokee Kid is one of the greatest westerns of all time.
Love some.
There is no wrong way to Sinbad,
So while we're on that subject, I just want to shout out Gene Smart, who played the ant who lost the animals in the first movie.
Worst.
Why do I know the name Gene Smart so well? Is that a Simpsons
She was
cred?
in Designing Women. She's in like everything.
Oh,
She's in that show Hacks, where she just won like 3 Emmys for in the last 3 years. She was in The Oblongs. She was in Snow Day. She was in the Brady Bunch
That's a
movie. She plays
career
the
right
neighbor. She plays the neighbor who's married to Lenny from Laverne and Shirley in the Brady Bunch movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
There's one of the dogs in part 2 kind of almost sounded like Squiggy or Lenny or whichever one it was, from fucking the non-Michael McKean one.
You never know.
You never know. But there's so many, like you hear John Polito is one of the voice actors, who the great Michael Manelli from Blank Man. In the city of Carla Gugino, you have Sinbad, you have Stephen Tobolowsky.
Who did
Like
the
there is
voice of-
great voice talent all over Lost in San Francisco.
Who did the voice of Shadow in the sequel?
Let me see. Let me pull this up here. In Lost in San Francisco, Shadow was Ralph Waite, Waite. I don't know, probably I'm pronouncing that wrong. But yeah, I forgot the baseball ones. There was even Bob Euchre had a voice cameo, and it was so ridiculous.
Bob Euchre's
Oh,
in the
and
sequel?
great Tisha Campbell from Martin. Like, there's some just fantastic. Even
They
Adam
had that
Goldberg.
money for the sequel. They could hire bigger names.
Yeah.
Everybody worked on the set for half a day. That's in the recording booth.
Hey, Bob Uger's good enough for Mr. Belvedere. He's good enough for Homeward Bound too. But yeah, I don't know. I love these, and yes, while Homeward Bound 2 might not be quite what Homeward Bound 1 is, I think it's a very respectable sequel. And yeah, it might not have been directed by George Miller, but thank God it just doesn't have those fucking CGI mouths. I'm telling you, we're gonna look back on that sometime and we're gonna see like how garishly stupid was this. There was
Yeah.
this whole like in all those movies, I'm sorry, Dr. Doolittle's and like whatever fucking baby CG mouth movies. Like I don't need that shit. Like Look Who's Talking, Homeward Bound, Milo and Otis, that's the right way to, do this.
Milo and
Uh,
Otis, as much as I love it, and it's a 4-star movie, is kind of lazy though.
Oh yeah, because instead of using CGI, they're just like, we're just gonna kill another fucking cat for this shot. Like, we're just gonna throw another cat down a
Well, that, but
waterfall.
also it's just like just let Dudley Moore just in a booth, give him some alcohol, and just
Oh, he was
narrate whatever happens.
wrecked. He was so hammered. Like, oh no, Jericho, I just they don't have any scotch in that village.
Does that, Oh my God, he jumps on a rock. Jump, 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 jump.
I could have used a little Dudley Moore in this. I'm not gonna lie. They could have not necessarily that it had to be a crossover.
Something that I found interesting about both these movies is the directors of both of them, because like the first one, it's Dwayne Dunham, I think is his name, is the first one, and he directed Little Giants, he directed Halloween Town, and he went on to direct like 7 more Disney Channel movies, original movies.
Oh, DComs. Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
and then the second one,
want me to like Halloween Town.
the second one was directed by David R. Ellis. I think it was the first movie he ever directed, and he went on to make, I think, 2 of the Final Destination films, Snakes on a Plane, Sharks, like all horror films. But the first film was Homeward Bound 2.
You gotta
That's
start
so crazy.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Fascinating.
from fucking Lost in San Francisco to Snakes on a Plane. Well,
The Final Destination and all that.
That's what I need. I need Sam Jackson as Shadow. That's the voice I need for Shadow.
I mean, that's a tough recast if you were doing it today. Like, I don't know if we have these elder
For
actors,
Shadow?
for Shadow that would
Oh,
have
no.
this kind of like, let's just wait to Don Amici's voice. That dude just sounds like he's been through like all the world wars and like everything. I don't know. I love Cocoon again. Any chance to throw a wink and a nod back to our Cocoon episode?
Get Ian McKellen. Give me that Gandalf voice.
Maybe
How does
Patrick
Dick Van
Stewart.
Dyke sound right now? He's 100.
Oh my God, Van Dyke. Yes.
Van Dyke. I could see like a grizzle, like a Harrison Ford or something like that.
Oh,
No,
Harrison Ford would
he's
be
already
good.
fallen
Yes.
asleep.
Oh, his voice sounds
Sleep in
like,
the
yeah.
booth before it even started filming.
Just give him a joint and he'll be fine. Like he's the slow Shadow. I like that. That's a perfect choice, Harrison
Get out
Ford.
that fountain.
Yeah.
Here's why it doesn't work. I only like Harrison Ford when he's pointing. It's the only time it works. So the dog needs to point.
Well, the dog's gonna have a dexterous pointer finger then.
I'm just saying, like, have the paw point out. That's the only way.
Paw, yeah, just pawing at shit. I'm there for it. God, if we're recasting the whole thing, I don't know, Robert Downey Jr. filling in for Michael J. Fox, although I'm sure.
Oh, just get Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, he could still do it, right?
Yeah. Oh, it'd be great.
He's just talking. He's not moving.
Keep Sally Field.
Oh, yeah,
honestly,
God, I
you
love Sally
could
Field.
just get Harrison Ford in there as. I mean, at this point, Shadow, I think, would be probably. But
I was gonna say, if we're recasting the animals, once we get to this point, like, I don't
Oh,
know,
God.
like, we're gonna have to recast them all.
I want a time machine for my pitch for sure. I'm gonna be like, all right, this is the movie that came out in 1998, folks. Like, this is, maybe it's the death of Shadow. I don't know, but
I mean, all
I
the kids are our age, if not older.
yeah, I mean, even Peter was long in the fucking tooth in that second one. Like, he looks like he's, in like med school. Like, he looks so fucking old. And I get it, it's only 2 years, but it's like the worst 2.
Well,
Oh,
it could have
man.
been longer than that. Like, they could have started, like, it came out in 93. They could have started filming it in like late 91, early 92.
Oh yeah,
And then the second one could have very well started being filmed in 96 and was released by the end of the year.
It could have been one of those deals. You're right. That's potential. It could have been a Bill and Ted situation where it got shelved and sat in a can for 2 years. We don't know. But there are pitches in the chat. And I think to your point about one of the directors, Thomas Bayo, saying that Ellis was a stunt coordinator too. I think it's the director of this one, maybe. But anyway, there are pitches. Mikey Riffraff leading us off with the first pitch. His pitch in June of 2020. A man becomes separated from his pets while on business when air travel is suspended and he must struggle to find food and shelter and transportation in a society that is shut down. Okay, I dig that. That's the COVID pitch,
Okay.
but yeah, that definitely makes sense.
COVID bound.
COVID bound.
Out.
Homeward Bound 3 unmasked. There's that's got potential. You know what? Anything that stacks the decks, we've seen why it's difficult for the animals, of course, because the fucking world is difficult. But we've never really seen why it's so difficult for the humans. There's always a part of me that's watching both of the first two Homeward Bounds, and is like, you get your ass out there and you find that fucking dog. Like, this is ridiculous. You do it again 2 years in a row. You're just terrible people at this point. Like, you shouldn't even be trusted with those kids. You know. That's how you
I
treat
would
members of
rather
your
lose
fucking
the
family.
kids than lose the pets. Let's be
I'm just
real
saying,
here.
like, if like vacationing like caused such a fucking fuss one year, it's like, hey, maybe you take the next year off and just do a staycation. Like, instead of going on vacation, maybe you put an above ground pool or something. I don't know. Everyone's happier. Get a fucking trampoline for the kids. I don't know. Be coach Little League or something maybe. The Little League team that they won't let Chance play on, which is outrageous. They let dogs play on all my Little League teams. There's an Airbud crossover just dying to happen here. No, another pitch though. Whiskey 4-1 with the pitch. So I'm guessing where this is going, but I can't wait to see how he gets there. His pitch: an animal's adventure begins with a perilous journey that it may not survive. A third of a kilometer-mile walk at a mild incline. Steven Seagal is buffet bound. No, Seagal is a real-life villain. Let's not get it twisted, folks. I love the disclaimer there, Whiskey. That is one of your better Seagal pitches, I think. Maybe even one of the best. Buffet bound. I think he's permanently buffet bound. But Boneyard 009 with a pitch. He said, I said this many years ago, if there's ever going to be a Homeward Bound 3, if they have to replace casting, have all three of the Lawrence brothers. Joey is Shadow, Andrew is Sassy, and Matt is Chance.
I like that.
I'm into
period
the
where
Lawrence
the
joint.
Lawrences were in charge, and it was great.
I would smoke that. Yeah, I like that. I would enjoy that.
I mean, if we want to like really taking the '90s to the next level with those three.
So Gold's Code with a pitch, and maybe time for Ian to cover his ears, of course. But his pitch: Shadow, Chance, and Sassy get lost in Cincinnati, only for them to get caught up in a downhill race. Mitchell, recognizing them from a dream, has them lace up to win in Homeward Bound. Oh, that is just pure poetry. Absolute 90s boners everywhere. And you get a 90s boner, and you get a 90s boner, and you get a 90s boner, because that is just perfection. I'm sorry. It doesn't get any more 90s than that. It's more delicious. Dogs on rollerblades. That's the one thing Airbud didn't have the balls to do.
Not yet. They're releasing a new movie next year. You never know.
Well, if Airbud does
what
a
is it,
royal
Airbud
grind,
17?
It's so weird. It's like gonna be in theaters, and it's like they're trying to do like a big like meta thing or something where like a kid finds like the first movie at like a sale or something, and like
That
I
sounds
don't know.
terrible. Whatever's happening.
Oh yeah,
Obviously, they don't care all the way to the bank, though.
yeah, that one sounds rough.
Let's not even get into that. I won't stop talking.
Homeward Bound, though. Dogs on rollerblades, folks. Showing Gold, you've done it again. You did it once, and you did it 5,000 more times, and you just did it once more. Kudos to you, sir. All right, what do you guys want to see? I mean, you want this now? You want this in 1998? When do you want this?
You inspired me. I've never thought about this, okay? But I recently watched Predator Badlands.
Oh, how was it?
Fantastic. I loved it. All right, which means probably everybody else will hate it, but
probably
I thought it was great. Now,
Has Martin seen it? We could do multiple views. I bet he's seen it.
Yeah. I thought it was great too. I enjoyed the different take on it, and I thought it was great.
It was good. It
Okay.
was good, but it was what's interesting is if you took you saying that as a joke, I instantly though thought of that new Good Boy movie that came out where it's all from the dog's perspective.
Is it the one with Will Ferrell?
No. This I don't know which one you're thinking of, but no, it's where it's literally like it's a horror movie, but it's all from the dog's perspective.
Hmm.
And you could do an interesting Predator movie with these, with the dogs being left and they have to like actually survive a predator.
I would
I
not
don't know what
be
a plot
opposed at
is,
all.
but I
I
can
mean,
see
given
the
high
scenes in my
stakes,
head making it work.
Benji went up against the Arctic. I don't understand why Shadow Chance and
Oh,
Sassy couldn't go up
For the
against.
love of Benji. Now we're talking. Give me Benji any day.
You got to talk about the whole animal here, folks. If
Benji
it's,
the Hunted. You didn't cry.
Cat from Outer Space is going to get mentioned again, and someone will probably mention Ghost Dad in the chat again because we're on a streak for that now too. But
You know what? That's what in the Warner Brothers deal. That's what Netflix won't have. They don't have Benji. So give me more Benji movies.
that's a tough nut to crack. I don't know the box office potential in Benji, but getting back to Homeward Bound though. So in the 90s, of course, you could just do insert city here, Mission to Miami, Simon Miami Beach, Mission to Moscow, whatever, there's a lot of like just location based, like whatever, Hawaiian style. I'd probably watch any
Homeward
of it.
Bound, City Under Siege.
You could do worse, my friend, Homeward Bound Judgment Day, you can get dark and James Cameron with it. Post-apocalyptic, this time it's war. The possibilities are really endless. It's a dog eat dog world out there, and I'm gonna keep
If
making
you're
animal puns.
for 3 movies, if you're losing your animals this often, when does the state step in and take them from you?
So that's a fair point. There apparently was a Home Alone 3 script where Kevin was like a teenager and he was like 17 years old, and of course Macaulay turned it down, and they went with what they wound up with for Home Alone 3, which is an
I
abomination.
already
just
told
like
you
a-
about that one.
Yeah.
I want to tell
Yeah.
everybody else though. So for my 7th birthday, no, it was my 8th birthday. Home Alone 3 was like the big movie for kids that came out in 1997. I
What a
got
terrible time.
I got 5 copies of that movie on VHS for my birthday, and I didn't watch any of them because even at that age, I knew this was bullshit.
Dude, you weren't even a teenager yet, and you already had 5 dumpster abortions. That's impressive. That's fucking amazing.
So many more to come.
I was when I was watching this movie again, I was trying to think of what sequel, what would I want from something new, and I thought about how similar what we said, Ray, with the plots were for this and Home Alone, and I was like, what if they get lost again? I don't know where, I don't know how, but today, and they end up somehow crossing with Kevin McAllister, but he's like all like older now and paranoid because of everything that happened, like security system up the wazoo and crazy. And same thing, he gets burglarized again, but this time the dogs, the cat, and Kevin have to set the traps and attack the bad guys, and just homeward bound
Maybe the
alone.
animals are
Oh, yeah.
accidentally left by themselves this time around. They're like, oh, the dog sitter's coming, and it's like, don't tell mom the babysitter's dead, and the dog sitter dies.
You know who it is? You
Now
know
what are
who
you
it
gonna
is?
do?
Yeah,
It's
I like
when
this.
it's when the pets' families come to find them, and Kevin's family comes for Christmas. They're the ones that get the bad stuff happen to them because enough is enough, and we're tired of them being so irresponsible.
I darn well know in 1995 there's a script some taxi driver in LA wrote that he's like, I want that Homeward Bound movie, but with Home Alone, and they
Yes.
fixed it. They wrote it. It's out there. Somebody.
You know
bought it.
something?
I want it now.
I'm aroused and afraid at the same time. Honestly, this would
I'm
be
in
good.
as long as it has Joe Pantalone in it.
Oh Oh God, this is getting Baby's Day Out vibes, and I'm
Oh my
here
God,
for
get
it.
those three guys from Baby's Day Out versus the Incredible Journey animals. So
That movie does not deserve those three guys. They are fantastic, and the movie is shit. But again, to your point, Bobby, what a terrible time to be a child, right? In some ways. But no, I mean, you could totally see these fucking kids being like McAllister cousins, right? Like
Yeah.
they didn't launder money for the Chicago mob like Kevin's dad obviously did. So they live an honest life in an honest fucking house in the country or whatever, and now they wind up in San Francisco, which like doesn't really make much sense.
you know the
But I
fan
guess
theory is that she's a fashion designer in Chicago because they have those mannequins in their bedroom.
I was talking about how do you have that many mannequins on hand in the house?
That's supposedly how they have the money. Is she's a
Okay.
fashion designer,
I could see
She
like the
is
entire
pretty. She is
Talbot's
pretty
line. Yeah.
fashionable.
which makes sense going to Paris.
Their relatives live there.
I know, but that never made sense to me.
Yeah, they never talk
So,
about what they do.
How's your
yeah.
uncle? How's your uncle live in Paris? Like, and they don't even show that uncle.
Let me
I
detour something
know
on
they don't
this.
even show the uncle whose
It
house
doesn't make
they're
any
in.
sense. Yeah, it never made any sense. It would make sense if she was going to the fashion thing in Milan.
Oh, that uncle whose house
Okay.
he's in could be Uncle Bob, who marries the mom in Homeward Bound, and that's his New York house.
That
And
works.
there's crossover potential here. They come to visit the McAllisters for Christmas. The McAllisters are like, look, we're done. We're not going on vacation anymore. And they're like, you know what? We're just taking the dogs with us, road trip, no separation. It's going to be great. And
And
I
you
don't know.
add-
Somehow,
And you add Buzz's spider with the voice of Tone Loc.
Oh my.
oof, there's no wrong way to tone Loke either.
I just want Shadow to push a paint can off
That
of
was
something
bad.
and hit Joe Pesci in the face.
I mean, if you had to recast the voice of Shadow, actually, Tone Loc could be pretty good.
No, what is wrong with you? You're the
Yeah,
worst.
no, I'm just saying. Tone
You're a
Loc
terrible
is
human being.
Tone Loc is fantastic. There is absolutely no wrong way to do it. No wrong way.
Side note, isn't in Home Alone 2, the house that Kevin ends up going in, isn't that another family member that we never see as well?
That's what I'm saying. His uncle. That's the
Yeah,
uncle.
I think it's the actual uncle who was in Paris. I think
Oh,
it's
Yeah,
the
that's
same
just
see,
a
guy.
running. It's just a running gag or
Which
something.
could
But
be
it's just
Uncle
like
Bob.
how many residents? How do you have a New York City brownstone? I don't care if it's 92. That's still a lot of money, and a residence in Paris. Like,
Yeah.
what's everybody doing? And then you got cheap ass Frank, who probably doesn't do jack shit, riding the coattails of all the
Those-
rich people.
They're Irish gangsters, and they probably made their money on booze runs. It's probably generational wealth, honestly.
We have to do a Home Alone episode because I could literally go on for days talking about the inconsistencies and unrealistic moments of
Well,
both films.
we sadly have covered Home Alone, and
It's
tens of
awfully
people have.
rude of you not to have included me.
Well, I'm sorry. We had tens of people watching, so they just would not wait. But I don't know, there's a lot you could do in a Homeward
Well, then it's
Bound.
time for a Home Alone recap sequel. Perfect for the
Home-
show.
Home Alone recap sequel.
I mean, a Home Alone sequel. That's what the whole show is about. What we're doing
Oh, a
right
sequel
now.
to our sequel. We could redux a redux. I mean, we're not above reduxing a redux here. It sort of happened once or twice.
There's like 6 Home Alone movies already.
Ugh.
No, there's not. There's 2.
There's 2.
No, he's right. There's 6 because that was what our episode was titled, Home Alone 7: Winter Soldier. So for those of you in a real holiday mood,
As previously stated, there are
yes.
2
So
Home Alone
question about
movies.
this though. Speaking of
There
holidays,
are
and speaking of
3 Die Hard movies. There are 2 Ghostbusters movies. 2.5.
I'm right there with you on that. So one thing that's always kind of
But there's
started to bug
7
me.
Trevor's.
One thing that started to bug me, I shouldn't say always, but one thing that's starting to bug me is the first Homeward Bound a Thanksgiving movie?
Yes.
Because at the end of the movie, that's clearly Thanksgiving dinner. They're like, kids, turkey's on the table. They're all dressed up, all fucking nice, right? Like, if those kids dress that nice for like a fucking Tuesday, then I hate them even more.
I know.
You don't. Yeah, Ian dresses like that every Tuesday. Yeah, that's true.
It was the 90s. It was the early 90s, so you never know. That could have just been their like Sunday dinner attire.
That is disgusting. If that's any family in America, that makes me want to vomit. That makes me want
It wasn't mine, but I mean, like the television and movie families, they're all like, like Beaver Cleaver esque at this point still.
It's an innocent
Ugh.
time, Bobby.
I hate that Beaver Cleaver shit. Um, so there are some more in the chat. I don't want to leave the chat hanging too dry. So let's see. Thomas Bayo HP3KG says Bad Moon was also from the dog's POV, dog versus werewolf. So there may be a pitch somewhere that I missed relevant to that, but I can respect that. Little howling action, if you will.
Good werewolf movie.
Rand, our favorite Canadian, says Homeward Bound for the Scotland Adventures. What's the Hound of Bakersfield? What's a guest appearance by Robert Downey Jr. as an old man Sherlock Holmes helping the dogs get back to the hotel and get Guy Ritchie to direct this movie. So that's a very detailed pitch. I like that.
That feels That feels. Remember the book Bunnicula?
No, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, the rabbit, the bunny.
Yeah, the
thing,
rabbit
or-
the rabbit that would bite. It had 2 sharp teeth and it bit carrots like a vampire.
Mhm.
Don't all rabbits have sharp teeth?
Well, they had a sequel called Howling Inn, and that was kind of Homeward Boundish. There was like a bunch of the cat talked, the dog talked.
Okay.
Is that it?
What I was saying is that I think there could have been a really unique thing that Disney could have done with this. I mean, there could have been a weekly Incredible Journey show where every week it's the animals going on an adventure.
They get lost every
Every
single
week.
week.
No,
hear me out,
there
hear
could be
me
some
out.
Muppet
No, we-
Babies
no,
secret life.
listen, we
Every
do a-
night they sneak out. or
No, we do
something.
a Hulk style. The family's from New York, but they go to LA, and now they have to go from LA to New York. But it's like they stop there's a new town and
It's a road show.
It's a road show. Yeah, it's an Incredible Hulk.
Route 66 kind of shit.
Yeah, that would have been a cool show. I would have watched it if it was after school on Thursdays.
As long as it's kung fu and they teach the people a lesson every episode, that there has to be I'm down for that. Like Shadow is like a sensei. Fuck yes, dude.
Cool.
Like I am way hard for that. Like that's
essentially
awesome.
what this is. It is a road movie. It's just in a forest. And it's different spots in the forest, but turn that into a TV show. That's a weekly adventure. That's genius.
Dude, yeah, I'm into
And
it.
it's not Michael J. Fox, but it's Eric Stoltz. I don't know.
No, but it's like 18 meets Kung Fu. They come into a new town every week, and there's a new problem, some new corrupt shit, and they gotta solve this problem for someone. And they also teach the people a little something about life, some Zen knowledge.
That's very Tu Wong Fu oriented.
It works though, but listen, you get who's the actor that did the voice of Michael J. Fox in the cartoon of Back to the Future?
Oh, fucking sorry, I don't have that information
You
offhand.
get that guy to voice. You get the knockoff voices.
Okay, you get the guy who did the Telltale video game or
That's
something.
not Don Amici, but it was the Harris guy from Lost in Space.
Honestly, Jason Bateman would kind of work as a different, generationally, and a more 90s chance or more 2000s
I'm saying
chance.
in 97, Jason
I could see that.
you could afford him then.
I would watch Kung Fu Animals. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I would watch that
Yeah.
definitely. So I'm gonna do a break the glass in case of emergency. I don't normally do this, but one of my very first mashups that I ever made was Homeward Bound with the Animals and Gina Gershon and Jennifer Tilly, the Great Wachowski masterpiece. And it just gets me to that's kind of a joke, but why is it a joke? Why can't we have a different kind of Disney family film, right? Doesn't have to be straight white fucking boring family. Why can't we have, 2 lesbians on the run from the mob and, they could just be hot lesbians. They could be Jennifer Tilly and Gina Gershon. There's no law against it. I mean, you always cast attractive people in movies anyways. So you can make it now.
Jennifer Tilly as the cat would be a good voice. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
That would be
I agree.
fantastic.
I like that.
I would watch her do that.
Oh, Jennifer Tilly would be fantastic as the cat. You're right. Shit
be
me,
perfect.
you're right.
Or, Carol Kane would be a pretty good voice for an animal too.
You know, I usually hate when they do this, but I would not be opposed to a gender flip if you're recasting, if you're doing different animals, which I do think is generally a sin. But to have a boy cat and two girl dogs wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, maybe.
I'm not mad about it.
Sally Field would be good. Have her as Shadow.
She's getting to that age where she's to where she's at that Don
Oh,
Amici point.
Sigourney Weaver. That's a golden retriever voice.
I'm trying to put her voice from Working Girl into my brain for that.
There's certain people that I wish were still alive, like an Eartha Kitt or like a Cloris Leachman.
Ooh, Cloris Leachman.
Eartha Kitt too. She did.
Like,
I
I would
didn't
love
like that
that.
movie. The Emperor's New Groove. I never really liked that movie, but she was so good.
Her
And
voice
then
is great.
there's videos of her doing the recording, and she is so into it. And she to the point where she's like freaking out, and the headphones fall off her head. Oh my god, I love Eartha Kitt. Don't even get me started.
I know what you mean though about people still being alive. You think like how good would Clint Eastwood be as like a shadow? You know,
Oh,
that's what I was thinking originally when we were
That's
talking
not
about this
bad,
at the
yeah.
beginning, but I knew that was not in the cards.
I know he's still
He would
alive.
totally do. That would be great.
I know he's still alive, but he's busy like losing debates to like empty chairs and shit. Like, which is
Way to
just
call back
incredible.
8 years ago there, buddy.
Well, I'm never gonna fucking just. It's one of my favorite memes of all time. Like, picks a fight with an imaginary person, like loses, like the toughest guy ever.
Just bring Jack Nicholson out of retirement.
Oh,
God.
that's
If
that's the party dog from the 80s come back to life.
Shelley Duvall would have done a good job as an animal voice, I feel too.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
You know, we had this whole run of these things like the big celebrity voiceover things in the 90s, where it's like, you know, what's his name is Shrek and, you know, so and so.
Mike Myers.
Yeah, what's his name? You know, that guy from Halloween movies, whatever.
Austin Powers. The fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, Michael Myers. Yeah, he's Shrek, you know. He's got a voice and I don't know,
The only thing I accept is a Chihuahua and a cat, and it's Billy West for both voices.
Billy Zane for both voices. What are you talking about?
No, Billy West, right?
Billy Zane.
Yeah, Billy Zane is fantastic.
Billy Zane and everything.
A national treasure. I'm still dying to see that Waltzing with Brando movie he did. Where like
Me too. Is that out yet? Is that like available to watch?
I know it got a distro deal, so it's got to be somewhere now.
Finding out.
Bobby's checking the receipts right now. So, I mean, are there things? Yes, of course. There are things I'm glad that we didn't get, like a 19, you know, because it would have been like 98 for me. And I'm sort of glad that we didn't get like them trying to do goth or them trying to do like
a straight to video version.
Or them like having any more
that
inclination,
would've been
feeling like
awful.
I don't want them feeling like even more like 1 ounce more comfortable doing like, you know, Pups in the Hood, which is kind of what they did a little bit with this. You know, like when Tisha Campbell is saying like you the dog, I'm like, oh my God, like this is just
I just pictured the Chance and Shadow and Sassy, but like replacing the cast of The Craft.
Ah! Rachel True. Throw her in the mix.
Oof, I love Rachel True.
Feruza Balk. Oh my God, she's got a voice for animal. She's got a good voice too. Oh my God, yes, please.
Feruza Balk, though, I mean, it's like to have that face and to not use it just seems like a crime. I'm sure she does have a great voice. You're right. But it still seems like a crime. Like she has one of the most intense faces ever. And like, oh man, great Feruza
She is
Balk.
very underratedly beautiful. I don't think people give her enough credit for that. She's a fantastic actress too. Can't just group her into being pretty.
But yeah, you got that star thing where someone who walks in a room and you're just gonna watch them like and see that they're gonna do something cool, you know? She sort of
Like
has
when
that
I walk
look.
in a room.
Obviously. Obvi. So I mean, there is also the straight up, you know, roll it forward, the 1999 version probably of like, now they have this extra dog voiced by Carla Gugino, and
The
like
Incredible Journey 2000.
that's yeah,
Yeah,
that dog
seriously.
doesn't hunt. Like I don't want to see that follow up. I will say, as much as I'm
But
happy
yeah,
that
that
Chance gets a girlfriend.
yeah, that's kind of like the Cousin Oliver version of this, though. You add something new into the mix and you just completely ruin it, just like in real life. You add a kid to the mix, it just ruins everything. It just throws everything off.
Wait,
You
wait,
should have been
Shadow.
watching last week.
Did you say Shadow gets a girlfriend?
No,
No,
I'm sorry,
Chance
Chance.
gets a
Chance got a
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Oh, Champ gets a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, Chance. It's not Champ,
Or
but it's Chance.
Chance?
Yes, if you had seen Lost in San Francisco, you would know that
At the end of
Carla
the movie,
Gugino.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
he was in True Beverly Hills.
He gets a
Yes,
girlfriend.
and
So he
Spin
gets a
City.
girlfriend. He gets a girlfriend at the end of
And the family takes in his girlfriend dog, so they have
Yeah.
now.
that bitch.
Oh, shots fired.
These
It's
people
like-
have disposable income. Let's just take in a whole other dog. Now we've got 3 and a cat. Like, how many mouths are you paying to feed? God damn it! You're
I
gonna
can't
lose
even
her too. You're gonna lose her too.
I can't even afford a second cat. That's true. Yeah, these fucking people, right? They're just losing animals left and right.
The
Like, sure,
audacity
we'll
of these
take another
90s
one.
families
Fuck it.
having 2-point interest rates and houses for $38,000. How did
Don't
they
threaten
live?
me with a good time.
This is the family that tilts up the couch and they find like 14 dead cats and like 3
Oh my
dead
God.
dogs under there. Like,
God.
oh yeah, that's right.
That's
what the
where they
next movie
went.
is.
Do we lock them in the basement again? Like,
That's what the next movie is. That Shadow, Chance, and Sassy, they discover those those other missing animals, and then that's why they leave again this time, because they're like, we gotta get out of here.
this time the dogs put the parents on house arrest. It's like that
House
cheesy
arrest.
90s movie.
Listen, I know
where
it goes against the grain, but I'm sorry. Just give me a monkey in the next movie.
I'm okay with
Bring
it.
me that actor bring me the monkey actor from Dunstan and just
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gotta be
Go
that one.
Dunstan.
He was good.
go
He knew what's
wild.
up.
God dang, that was a good movie.
It was good monkey acting. No monkeying around back then. No, where was I? Yeah, no, I want the house arrest version though. I want the dogs lock up this awful family in the basement, and they're like, "You're gonna work it out. You're gonna get your shit together. You're gonna stop leaving us every time you go on vacation." You roll the ball forward, and it's like,
All I know is in that version there's a montage scene and it has Who Let the Dogs Out.
what if? Of course,
That's
What-
really appropriate for the 2000 era that you were
That's what I'm saying.
saying.
I
You know
know.
that's
Yeah,
it.
that was
totally
like the
the
biggest song.
That
The
is
biggest song of the
100%
millennium.
Lost in New Orleans, and there's a scene with that song. Like, no doubt in my mind that happens. I
And
don't
it
know why
takes
New
place
Orleans.
during Mardi Gras. They're lost there during Mardi Gras.
Fuck. I'm into it, and yeah, Sassy gets wasted, and she shows her tits on the balcony, and like
That's
gets
Sassy
beads,
wasted.
and like I'm going to hell. I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just had to. It was sitting right there. God damn it. All right. Well, yeah, Lost in Mardi Gras. That may be the deal closer. That might be the one to bring it home. If you're gonna do that,
As long as somewhere in the movie Bob Barker showed up and said spade and neuter your dogs.
was that a thing that Bob Barker did?
Oh yeah, all the time on the show. He would always do
Okay.
that. Yeah, that was a big
For a
thing.
second there, I thought you were talking about Bob Euchre, and you're referencing his appearance in the second film.
Bob
And I thought you
Barker.
like messed that up, and I'm like, either way, I'm kind of fine with it.
No, Bob Barker.
Well, I don't know. Did we do it? Did we
I
re-homeward?
stand by the Incredible Journey show. I think
Did
that'd
we
be
rebound?
Mm.
Yeah, no, I think yeah. Oh, Homeward Rebound with fucking Dennis Rodman, dude. I'm
Gross.
sorry.
Gross.
I mean, scoring wins, but
Is he in North
defense
Korea-
wins
is he in
championships.
North Korea now?
Is that the Air Bud crossover then?
Oh, Homeward Rebound in North Korea. This is international. This has got global potential. This is going to open big in every marketplace.
Them and 3 generations of their future offspring are going to be stuck in a prison camp, and they have to escape the prison camp.
Oh, this writes itself. It's got like James Bond vibes now. All right, now we did it.
I
Now
mean,
we
if
did
it's
it.
anything centered around North Korea, you're going to prison and you have to find your way out because you and your future generations are stuck there for 3 generations. That's what happens when you get to jail there.
This is essentially that Cats and Dogs movie that came out.
Give me a Pierce Brosnan cameo, and it is delicious. It is like GoldenEye Part 2. All right, well, I think we did it, folks. I don't know. I could be wrong, but before we wrap it up, Martin, do you have what's the latest article you dropped for Fandom Spotlight? Where can the people catch your work, sir?
I'm working now on just a lot of end of the year stuff, like best movies of the year, some Oscar stuff, some best horror of the year, and some things to look forward to next year. So you can look forward to that.
Hey, Amy Madigan just got a Golden Globe nomination for Weapons. So.
Yeah.
That is pretty fucking cool.
I think
It's
she's
no
getting an
Field
Oscar
of Dreams,
nomination. I feel she's getting. I think
They're also
I'm
gonna-
sorry.
They're also making a prequel based on that character, which I feel like the whole movie should have been centered around anyway. So I'm excited for that.
When I saw
Centered enough.
that movie, I didn't realize it was her until I saw the credits.
I figured it out
Shanice
pretty quick.
Tobolowsky from Uncle Buck.
Yeah, I love
think-
Amy Madigan and all that, but if Demi didn't get it for the substance, I feel like Amy Madigan getting it for weapons is like kind of a overcorrection
Supporting
or
actor,
something.
though, different category. Different ball game.
I just
well, I'm
love,
talking Oscars. I don't care Golden Globes. I'm talking Oscars.
I
I know,
just
but
love
supporting
Streets
actor,
of
different
I just
category.
love Streets of Fire so much. So
Streets of
like
Fire.
You think weapons and the substance are different
substance.
categories?
well, no, she's
But supporting actors
Yeah.
always voted differently. I mean, like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
they don't like
Amy,
they don't
I
like
feel
main
like
actor to be horror, but
Okay.
supporting can be horror.
Yeah, you're right. You know all these stupid fucking congressional rules of regulations and shit. Rules of engagement, I don't know, in this horseshit popularity contest. But anyway, I guess it is time for me to say that, of course, if you came here for the country club crooning of Professor Klink, then you definitely want to check out his latest B-movie challenge for Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, which I'm sure is horrifying someone out there right now.
Such a good movie.
And hopefully, you Fandom fans also want to tune in next Wednesday at 9 p.m. when Disney December concludes with a quack attack for our Mighty Ducks episode. As always, if you enjoyed this video, the best way to help is to smash that like button and leave a comment telling us what movie or TV franchise that you want us to cover on a future episode of VCR Redux. And since you're already doing that, you might as well go ahead and like, subscribe, and follow Fandom Spotlight and Pop Culture Punk. Till then, back up those Betamax, rewind those Laserdiscs, and we'll see you at the movies.
Who let the dogs out?